Peace, y'all. Kimmy the Moorish Candace, your official metaphysical life coach, coming to you with another video. And the video that I want to go into today with you all is the law of repetition and how it plays a major part in our lives when we want to be successful or when we're being unsuccessful at certain things in our lives. You know, a lot of us still are awakening to the idea of law of attraction, and one of the universal principles that coincide with law of attraction is law of repetition. So with law of repetition, a perfect example of that could be mantras, incantations, even martial arts is one of the basic laws of repetition. And, exercising is a law of repetition. Meditation is a law of, it goes in accordance with the laws of repetition, So we have certain things in our lives that we set out to achieve certain goals, and with certain goals in our lives, practice make perfect. So we definitely want to get into the practice of developing positive thinking versus negative thinking, because there's a particular way that successful people think, and there's also a particular way that unsuccessful people think. Most people who are unsuccessful, they usually make a repetition of creating negative thoughts and negative energy around them by always complaining about the things that they just don't like in their lives. Okay, we are very clear and apparent on the things that you don't like because they're always made an affirmation to your friends or to yourself. And the most important thing is what you think of yourself and what you think you could do for yourself. If you're always thinking negative, you can't expect negativity to be prosperity in your life. The universe just doesn't work like that. However, if you're thinking positive affirmations and putting positive energy into your life, you have to expect the same thing to come about. And our present thoughts are basically repetitions, of what we could manifest in the future. Our present day living is a repetitive thought of past thoughts. So we definitely have to take into ourselves principles of actions and forever act according to them. And the universal law is just something that you can't escape from. So stop faking the funk, keep it 100 with yourself, and learn repetition. I want to give honors to one of my senseis, or even all of them, that taught me some form of martial arts. Why? Because they taught me repetition. And me understanding the science of repetition made learning martial arts much easier. One of them, give it up to Sensei Naeem Islamo, we learned a 5-part repetition. And in the art of jiu-jitsu, everything is done fast. So you have to break things down to either 5 parts, 4, 3, 2, to make it a repetition of 1. Okay? So dealing with that vibration, we kept doing the same moves for like a whole 2 to 3 weeks. I would say definitely 6 weeks, because by the time the 6th class come up, that means that you are showing yourself improve. You're showing what it is that you learn. Can you make this 5-part demonstration a 1? And like I said, in order to make that 5-part demonstration 1 in urban jiu-jitsu, you have to learn how to make your moves repetitive. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. That's repetition. Also, in definitely creating the success in your life, you want to learn law of attraction and learn how to work with the laws, because as long as you think against it, it will never act in your favor. We have to definitely come to the understanding that law of attraction works whether we want it to or not. Law of attraction works whether you have a religious belief system or not. It's just universal law. It's what we exist on. So we're definitely are products of our past thinking. So if we constantly have negative things coming into our lives, we definitely have to evaluate ourselves and change our thinking. There is no other way around it. You're either going to think positive or you're going to think negative. You're either going to think successful or you're going to think unsuccessful. And there, in a lot of spiritual practices, there is a thing that a lot of us go by, and they are mantras. And mantras are repetitive, vibrational words repeated over and over. And practice makes perfect. Okay? In practice of something also means a manifestation. You're creating a certain level of energy that sends a message to the universe to get what it is that you desire. And you still have to come into the understanding that you are an energy conductor. You're a magnet, So with the law of repetition, you still want to demonstrate that the law of magnetism, because whatever you magnetize yourself to want is the same thing that you will attract to you. If you don't think of yourself as this magnet, don't expect anything that you want. You can't be anti money or talk about money in a negative way, but you still need it in your pocket. It just doesn't work like that. A lot of Moors have this habit of talking about fiats and IOU notes, and that's cool. If you want to live off the grid, you can. But for those who still live on the grid, they still pay bills, they still, pay car notes and things of that nature. They still need to learn how to operate within that construct. To each his own. We can't make everybody live indigenous because we're in a new era of time now. But we definitely can, motivate some minds to think better than what they have been. If you call yourself broke, if you think broke, you're going to always be broke. But if you think in the here and now and continue to think in the here and now that you are successful and that you are just plain rich, well, what do you expect to happen? The power of repetition is definitely key. It is that vibration that activates your subconscious mind. It definitely gets the cogs turning to send certain energy out to the universe. In order to develop any skill, you have to have an understanding of the law of repetition. If you don't just get on a bike and know how to ride it. You repeatedly fall off that joint, or you repeatedly keep pedaling. And once you keep pedaling and stir it in the right way, you create what with those two wheels? Balance. So the law of repetition is dope. It's pretty daggone beautiful, When you wake up in the morning, every morning, just an exercise that you could try, find something good to say about yourself, about the world around you. And the more you convince yourself that everything around you is all good, you will start to see certain things in your life change. It don't matter who got shot up the street. That's going to happen. That's just the world that we live in. But you can't allow yourself to be caught up in the illusion and allow it to affect your course of travel. This is why we are going into the lessons of training your mind. A lot of us are unseasoned, untrained, with no understanding. And this is why so much happens in our lives that we think we can't control. But you have to keep in mind that you are a creator and that you make your own. If you repeatedly complain, the universe is going to give you things to complain about. But if your repetition is on the vibration of gratitude, if your if your repetition is on the positive vibration of love, if your repetition is on the positive vibration of prosperity, if your repetition is on the positive vibration of know thyself, then all those energies will manifest in your life. It's up to you what you will achieve, what you will receive, what you are capable of. Is up to you and the energy that you're willing to put into yourself. Because if you're not putting any energy within your own universe, you can't expect anything outside of yourself. Everything outside of yourself is something that you allow to happen, be it consciously or subconsciously. So we have to train the mind to think in a manner to get the things that we want. Now, you'll sit there and watch TV all day and let the television or the television network station draw off your energy and manifest what you didn't think that you wanted. Okay? Or you could take into yourself and go within and train your mind at least 10 to 15 minutes out of the day. Come up with a catchy phrase. Even if you say to yourself every day, I am the master of my ability, and today is a great and beautiful day. I am the master of my ability, and today is a great and beautiful day. I am the master of my ability, and today is a great and beautiful day. That's repetition of creating positive thoughts. So you may say that early in the morning, before you get up, or while you're in the shower, or while you're brushing your teeth. You may be telling yourself that over and over. And then when you walk outside, that's exactly what you're going to get. Sometimes these repetitions work fast. Sometimes, they take a little bit of time, depending on the positive or the negative energy you put in behind the incantation. A lot of us understand that words become spirits once you add what to them? Life force energy, which is what? Breath. So, we definitely need to come into the understanding that repetition is a powerful tool that you can use in addition to law of attraction, because it goes in perfect harmony with universal law. When you give your attention to a subject and begin to vibrate in harmony with that subject, you're focusing with the same intentions as the universe would. So you definitely want to practice. Even if you need a focus point to learn how to do this, one thing that you can do is take a candle, light it, focus your intentions in that candlelight, and recite whatever mantra that you know or whatever mantra that you can create. Because remember, you're a creator and you make your own. Personally, I love the language of Latin because for me, it resonates with my spirit for some odd reason. But I learn Latin words and I turn them into incantations or mantras, and I may place a binaural beat behind it. That's just, that's just a magic in me. That's just what I do, or I may paint a picture. Like, for instance, I painted a Ganesh picture, and while I was painting the Ganesh picture, and we know Ganesh brings about success, it brings about prosperity and things of that nature. And while I was painting, I was in my head, in repetition, singing this mantra to myself. over and over and over and over. And once I got done painting that picture, I could say within a week I had extra money in my account. I had that prosperity. I sold more than I usually would on a regular basis. And with that, I went back to one of my rituals of gratitude. And having a gratitude attitude as much as you possibly can, repetitiously, usually creates better results in your life. You know, even if I say gratitude is my attitude, gratitude is my attitude, gratitude is my attitude, I do things like that because I want to create a positive existence for myself. You know, we have to come to this world willing to do the work because we have work to do while we're here. So don't waste your manifestation on complaining about the things that you don't like, complaining about the situation that you're in, when you're the creator and you can easily change it if you want to. You know, I just wanted to give you that demonstration for today. I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for listening. You know, I hope that you take it in and make it a part of every part of yourself so that you can build your spiritual and elevate to the highest level possible. If you want to find me, you can check me out on 7sagemetaphysics.com. You can also look me up on Facebook. I'm everywhere on Facebook. Definitely, check out my group Royal Bloodline and my website royalbloodline7.com. Make sure that you like and subscribe and share this video, especially if you have friends or family members that are stagnant in their energy and don't know which way to go in their lives. We are here to help and elevate each other. With that, I come in peace. I leave in peace. See you next time.